Hi, everyone. Welcome to Surrogate Q&A for this evening. So we are, let me see. That's fine. It is. We're having a few technical glitches on my end, but that is okay. So we will get there. Let me see. Let me see if I can edit this live. In the meantime, I will have Desiree and Jasmine. If you can just introduce yourselves and share with everybody a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how experienced you are in surrogacy, where you're at in your journeys.
You want me to go first, Desiree? Or you want to go?
I couldn't hear.
You want me to go first? I'll go, and then you can go after me.
Okay, sorry.
I'm Jasmine. I'm a one-time surrogate with Family Source. I just finished my first journey in May. Gave birth to a baby boy. I'm from Kansas, and I highly, highly recommend Family Source. I've had such a smooth journey, and I'm so excited to do it again. I might be matching again in January, this coming January.
I feel like you just had a baby like 5 minutes ago, but
I know.
I guess it's
I
been
miss being pregnant already, if that says anything.
a while. That's great. All right, Desiree, are you able to share?
Yeah, my name is Desiree. I just completed my first surrogacy journey July 21st, 2023. I am from Indiana, and I also recommend Family Source Consultants. I love my case manager and Denise. Everything was amazing. They answered every time I called or had like a random question, like where you're like, should I be asking this or not?
Right, just curious.
Yep. And I was ready to be pregnant again the moment I gave birth. I was like, let's start journey number 2.
So you were both recently postpartum then, off
Mm-hmm.
of your first journeys. And so just for folks watching, so it looks like it wasn't able to go live on the Facebook stream, but we are able to be live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. So if anybody's watching live now and you did want to go ahead and post any comments or questions in the chat, we'll be able to see those live and we can respond directly to any questions. But we'll be able to post this on Facebook later. So for folks who were going to watch it on Facebook live, you can absolutely ask us questions later. We'll be able to get back to you on those. But that's the technical difficulty that it looks like we're having with Facebook this evening. So that is all good. But okay, so you're both recently postpartum, just this summer. How did it go? Like, I guess how did the whole thing go? But specifically, like, what surprised you about the delivery experience?
Okay, so with my daughter, when I gave birth to her, I slowly began contracting, and it got more and more into like real contractions. So that's how my labor started with her. My water never broke, so I've never experienced that. And then this go around, I'm like, I kind of want the dramatic water breaking, and that's what I got. I actually had a tear in my amniotic sac, so I mean, it was after full term, so it was safe and everything, but I'm like, that's gotta be how labor's gonna go for me. And I was in bed, and I went to roll over, and I heard and felt a big pop. And I'm telling my man, I'm like, check, is it wet? Is it wet? Because I'm like, I've never done this. Is that what just happened? And he's like, it's wet. And I'm like, oh my God. And this is at midnight, and I had the baby by 5:38 a.m. And an hour of that was waiting on the OB to get to the hospital. So I was ready to push after 4 hours of being in labor. Very smooth, and my intended parents did not make it in time. They planned on leaving the following morning, and he was like, "Oh, you gotta be quicker."
Mm-hmm.
We're at 39 weeks in 4 or 5 days, so it was pushing it already. Like we're like, "Where's he at?" And then when he was ready, he was ready.
Oh my gosh. Well, and that was, so for both of you, we did surrogate Q&As and then you both went into labor like that night.
Yeah, that night or the next following night, it was like, because when I was on the live, I'm like, I hope I don't interrupt this with labor.
And we were all laughing about it.
Yeah,
And then
we were
12 hours
joking.
later, you had an actual baby.
Yeah.
And then Desiree, that was a similar experience to you, right?
Yep. It was seriously like the next day. Like, no, the same night. The same night after it ended, I ended up going to labor like four in the morning. So we decided and gathered that I was going through labor while I'm sleeping because I was at a 6 when I got to the hospital.
Oh my gosh.
So I got woke up at 4 a.m. contracting, but I was having Braxton Hicks. I was like, it's just Braxton Hicks. It's nothing serious. And then it got like 5:15, 5:30, and I was like, these are real. These are real. It's time for us to go. Yep. So we're getting there, and the lady's like, how far are your contractions? I said, I don't know. I'm just trying to breathe through them. I'm not paying attention.
They just keep happening.
Yeah. So then she was like, well, they're about like 4 minutes apart right here. And I said, oh. So they took me back to the room, and they're like, do you got to use the bathroom? I said, yeah. And they said, do you feel like you got to poop? I said, yeah. They said, get off the toilet. So I was like, oh my gosh, okay. So as soon as they checked me, like I said, I was at a 6, and then they like, do you want an epidural? I'm like, absolutely, because this was the fastest labor I've had. I have 3 kids. None of my kids' labor went like this.
Yeah.
So I was like, absolutely. But the doctor came in to check, before they do the epidural. She's like, you're at an 8. You cannot do it. I'm trying to get a hold of the parents. I couldn't get a hold of the parents. They were sleeping. And she was like, it's funny because she's like, I just fell asleep an hour before this happened. She's like, I just had a weird feeling and then she was like, I was sitting there like, who keeps calling our phone? But who would call our phone this late? And I promised. So she called, talked to the nurse, and she's at a 6, and then that was about 6:13. I delivered him at 6:28.
That's crazy how everything can be so different. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were going to check me again. So as soon as I got turned over to get checked, my water went boom. And they're like, wait. And I said, I can't. He's coming. And I just had to push him out.
That is wild. And you wanted an epidural, but it sounds like you didn't even have time.
I didn't have time for nothing. Like my body.
That was not your plan. That's like my greatest fear.
My body had no time. And they told me if I would have left my house any later, I would have gave birth to him either at home or in the car.
That is completely wild.
That
was not your experience with any of your keeper.
No. No, I was at the hospital already. I was pumped.
Ready to go.
And this one, he was just ready to go. It was like, he's like, my parents are close enough. It's time for me to get here. So they didn't make the delivery, but it was okay.
Yeah. So then that's so interesting. Okay. So both of your intended parents didn't make it. So what was that experience like? Okay, so you knew there was a risk, at least it sounds like, since yours had it pretty
we knew. We were hoping not, because the other child they have had to finish school, because right at the end of summer break right there in May, and she still had finals before they wanted to head this way, which I wouldn't want her to miss finals either. That's a big contributor in grades,
Yeah.
But they planned on leaving that following morning, so I had it about 8 hours too soon. Of them leaving.
That's close.
Yep. They were able to be on FaceTime and get to see the doctor, hand him to me. I got to latch him at birth with skin to skin, and then latch him one more time before they arrived.
Okay. And okay, so I have so many more questions. I do think that because we're not live on Facebook, we have to end the broadcast in order for me to edit it so that I can get us back on Facebook, and then we'll jump back on. So let me do that real quick. So y'all stay put, and then we're going to be right back.
Okay.
It's going to end the broadcast, and then we're going to restart the broadcast, and we'll kick off from here. Hang on just a second.